What's up, guys?
Welcome back.
Louis here,
Walter.
and today we're talking about Incredibles 2.
14 years.
That's way too motherfucking long.
Nah.
We regret to inform you that this broadcast has been taken over by the Screenslaver. Walter and Louis are now under my control.
Psych.
Go by up way.
Man, you know what's crazy? Like when we went to go see the movie, I still couldn't believe we were gonna see the movie. Like,
Bruh,
I couldn't believe it.
They waited. In my opinion, they kind of waited too long.
I don't think so.
You don't think so?
I think that the movie was just right. It marinated for so long in my head that this is the one. This is my favorite Pixar movie. Maybe I'm biased, but to me, this is the movie ever since I was a kid, I'm like, man, they gotta do a sequel. What are they waiting for? What are they waiting for?
But I feel like it's way too long. They went on some Kingdom Hearts shit.
But let me ask you though, compare this one to the first one. Which one would you say is better overall? The overall movie, which is better?
Damn.
In your honest opinion.
Honestly though, I think this one was better.
This one was a little better, right?
This one was better.
This is a little better.
But yeah,
the first one to me though was like, I think the pinnacle of, you know, like superhero animated movies. Like,
to that point,
yeah. like there was like nothing even came close to it.
Yeah.
Nothing came close to it. So now that this one came out, I think the reason why you might say that is because a lot of time has passed and you have more things to compare it to, which is fair. But at the same time, I will say that, you know, the first one is a classic, and this one, it's how all sequels should be, not just animated movies. This is how a sequel should be, because everything is like amped up.
I agree, but even then, I still feel like they waited too long. Like, it's like, I don't know. Like, if to me, now that we watched it and we waited all this time, I felt like it was more like a filler almost. Like, because I know they got some more stored, and obviously after this, they're not gonna end it at 2. They're just way too popular. But I just don't want that to be another giant. Lord knows how long we're gonna wait now for like Incredibles 3 or something. Yeah. You know,
that is a fair point. But again, to me, when we were watching it, like everything was worth the wait. Like the animations were
great.
It was so crispy. It was so like I couldn't believe it. Like I remember when I was sitting and they were showing Elastigirl. And she's like in the Elasticycle, and how like she's able to like know the part I'm talking about, where she uses her bike and her powers at the same time.
That was pretty cool. I'm not gonna lie. Like when I saw it, I was kind of like, damn, that was pretty smart. Like they made her bike able to conform or not conform, but
it breaks apart, and then she can literally be like the body of the bike.
Yeah.
So when I saw that, like she was using it to like dodge traffic,
and even jump and shit.
Jump, and they got in the tunnel, and she was like on this side, and the other half of the bike was on this side.
Literally on buildings.
I was like, and everything looks so beautiful. Like Pixar again. Like I don't know if like it's the people who are drawing it or the animators themselves, or it could be the software. Yeah. Regardless of what it is, that movie is like I was literally like amazed by just how beautiful. Like I could just stare at the movie, no dialogue, no nothing.
You know what's
music.
funny? Now you're talking about like how good the animation was. One of my favorite scenes was when Elastigirl, they make that homing device to pick up the Screenslaver, and then we actually like gets her in that room full of lights and it's like a giant TV screen.
Yo, that was trippy.
Like to me too. That's what I saw. I was like, damn, this shit's trippy as hell.
That was very trippy.
But it was cool. Like it was a great scene though. Like I thought like they did it really well, and it looked really good. And
everything building up to that, like literally, like time and time again, like the movie does such a good job of like catching you unexpectedly. I think especially with the Screenslaver, we can talk a little bit more about you know the Screenslaver, because I think that, you know, like time and time again in the movie, like okay, like you know what's happening, and then people are getting mind controlled, you know, and it's like, and then like more people are getting mind controlled, and it's like, oh my god, like. Holy shit, like, and again, like to me, Syndrome is my favorite villain, but
Screenslaver, give
him
a run for the money,
like for real.
I like spoiler, it's a her. I like her because she was actually the first villain. Because Syndrome, all he did was really capture the family in the first one. In this one, the Screenslaver actually sticks to her name, and she takes control of some of the heroes at some point, and she was using them to do her bidding, which I thought was like, she kind of one-up Syndrome in that regard, you know. But yeah, man,
like I will say Syndrome, if you look, when you compare the two, right? Syndrome is like very charismatic.
Yeah,
he's very like
yeah,
showboaty, over the
definitely,
top.
yeah.
But the Screenslaver, she's a little bit more
behind
sly.
the shadows.
Yeah, exactly. A little bit more like creepy, a little bit more reserved.
Which is pretty cool that they like that they created two totally different dynamics of their villains. And they're both. And I honestly too like when we introduced to why she was a villain, like her motives,
the backstory.
I was I kind of thought it was believable. It's like, okay, I could see that, somebody who relies on heroes ends up getting killed because they were relying on heroes, and now she hates and resents all heroes because somebody she loved.
Which is a contrast to her brother, who absolutely
adores them.
Loves heroes. And again, shout out to Bob Odenkirk. Like I will his voice acting is
that's the guy from Better Call Saul, right?
It's
funny.
Bad.
I was like, who is this voice? I know this voice. And then the more I thought about it, I was like, it's Saul.
But I don't know his range and the character he played perfectly. And it was really good. He was a fanboy, basically.
Yeah, he played it really well though. He did.
And I swear, everybody that came back in this movie again, because he also had Samuel Jackson reprising the role of Frozone.
Of course.
Again, he was on point. Like everybody, I thought the movie was amazing, and one of the things that again the action scenes and whatnot were more on Elastigirl, but then you also had the home, the domestic, dynamic with Mr. Incredible, and I think Jack.
Jack to me was also a lot of he livened up the movie. He was a great part of the movie. Honestly.
Again, I was hoping they would pick up from where the first one left off, and we could keep exploring Jack's immense, almost never-ending range of powers. Yeah. And it's funny when he was fighting the raccoon,
Oh yeah, that part was funny. Yeah.
Man, that fight could have went on forever.
Hilarious. Yeah.
It just went, and that raccoon was pretty resilient. Though.
Yeah.
I was like, damn,
that raccoon was brave, bro. Jack turned into fire, threw fire shit at him.
I was like, damn, this raccoon is giving him run for his money.
Yeah.
And then again, Dash.
It's funny, and now that you say Dash, I feel like he was one of the heroes that was almost underutilized. Yeah. Because they had so much other things to because like you said, they were focused on Elastigirl. Mm-hmm. But I just wish we had a dash more of Dash. Bam, 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 bam. You feel me?
But yeah, and that's what I was gonna say. At the end of the day, there's a lot of good action, there's a lot of good comedy. But I think one of the main reasons why this movie is so good is because it's a family-oriented movie. So it's
you can relate to it even just if you're a family.
Exactly.
You can see everything. They have the family dynamic down packed, and they're very believable with it. So that's what makes it even better.
So and then back to your point that how you kind of wanted more of Dash. I felt that is true, but at the same time I also feel everybody kind of had.
You got to shine.
Exactly. You got to know the family a little bit more, a little bit better, And again, through the lens of Mr. Incredible, who was at home this time, and he was losing his mind.
He was going crazy.
Yeah, because everything that he was doing was to support Elastigirl, but he had his own selfish reasons because if she would have been a good super, then all supers would have came back. And he could have came out of retirement officially, which is what he wanted from the first movie.
Yeah, exactly.
And that's what I'm saying. The characters this time around, they don't really change. It's just you kind of reminded almost why you love them.
I remember you did say there was parts where it kind of felt like it was dragging. Mm-hmm. And I guess it was maybe in those scenes where they show Mr. Incredible trying to be a dad. Granted, they were funny, but I guess maybe some of them could have been maybe cut short a little bit. Just to I don't know, for time's sake.
Yeah, because I do remember at some point, because you kind of want to see them all fighting together as a family. Exactly. It's almost you feel kind of the kids, that the kids are oh, we want to help, we want to use our powers.
Exactly.
And me as the I was
that's a great way of putting it.
I was I do want to see you guys use your powers. I want to see more of that. I want to see more of the family dynamic. Yeah. But again, you kind of had two stories,
Mr. Incredibles and Elastigirl.
Exactly, and then they meet at the end. But that's kind of that's when I was telling you, those are those parts of the movies where I felt I would have maybe picked up a little bit, or for you said, the sake of time, maybe cut some things out that weren't as necessary.
Exactly.
Again, Pixar can do no wrong. It's just comedy.
Their track record just gets getting bigger and bigger. It's another W under their belt.
And again, my favorite thing about the movie is just how beautiful it looks. I think that's one of those movies that you can just watch it, mute it if you really want to just enjoy it visually. Mm-hmm. And again, watching it on the big screen, it just blew my mind. Like I was there like in awe. Like I just was one of the few movies where I was quiet. I was enjoying the experience. And if you haven't seen it yet, you should go with a friend or a real close family member, or just go with your entire family and watch it, because I think like it's just a good movie.
Yeah, definitely a good movie, family movie. All ages can enjoy.
So what would you rate the movie? Like
honestly, I would give it a 9 out of 10. Solid 9 out of 10. Like the only concern or complaint that I had was maybe like at some points it was dragging, but other than that, like 9. Great
you know what?
movie.
I'm gonna break the rules and I'm gonna give it an 11 out of 10.
Damn.
Fuck that.
Screw the rules.
You know what? I waited too long for this movie, and my expectations were so high. I was like, man, you don't understand how like impossible I was gonna be if this movie did bad. But like I said, like the first act, the second act, like I was just so captivated from beginning to end, and that's why for me, like I said, fuck that, 11 out of 10.
Samuel Jackson said it himself. It was worth the wait.
It was definitely worth the wait. Let us know what you guys think. Like, comment, subscribe, please. Let us know.
Stay chunky.
Stay chunky.